Being around the most creative people in the industry is where we wanted to be.
But what we love most of all is taking everything that we've learned over the last 14 years, whether it's fashion or photography or all of our wedding and event experience, and bringing it to you each and every week. Hello and welcome to Notes from the Lightbox. Today I am so excited to bring to you Campbell McAuley, who is my ex-neighbor, and if you don't know, the hairstylist to the stars. He's created amazing red carpet looks for Angelina Jolie, Kate Winslet, my favorite. I just found out that he's done Rob Lowe's hair. That's amazing. But anyway, this is Campbell, and thank you for joining me.
I'm so happy to be here, ex-neighbor and good friend. How are you, darling?
Good.
And hello, everybody. So good to be here to talk to you about some good
wedding
tips.
hair.
Yeah, my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, I love wedding hair.
Well, so Campbell, what I love is in doing research about you and all of the work that you've done for celebrities, I love that you create these very clean, classic hairdos. And I think that obviously it translates very well to what someone would have on their wedding day.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's really important, first off, to know that, you know, I do red carpets as a majority of what I do. It's all image driven, it's global, it goes around all around the world. But there is no difference, and I've done both, doing wedding hair and doing red carpet hair. The only difference really is, instead of saying, you know, I want to thank somebody, you say, I do.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's it. That's it.
That's true. So, okay, you've done amazing hair for Kate Winslet, who I adore. But how do you decide when they come to you? Like, so if you're a bride, or if a bride comes to you and would say, like, what kind of hair? Do you want them to bring you ideas? Like, how do you decide what is going to look good?
Yeah, look, you said it perfectly there. It's so important to know what you want before you start getting involved in the final preparations. Meaning there are so many steps with looking for the dress and finding the makeup you want to wear, but giving your hairdresser at least 5 images that you like. Now I want to say this, it doesn't have to be 5 bridal images. And this is why I want to break this mold about bridal hair and red carpet hair.
Yeah.
It should be the same. You can wear a red carpet hairstyle and wear it at a wedding. It doesn't matter. So just find the styles that you like and make it vast. Make it one point and make it extreme point there.
Such a great...
Because then the hairdresser then can come in and work with you and design the unique style for your wedding.
That is such a good point. I never thought about having 5 different ideas, because then you really kind of give them the opportunity to either combine or create or have a little bit of, you know, it's not so cemented in your head what it is you're going to get. Because I think that's where it's a little challenging, because not everybody has Campbell McAuley as their hairdresser. They have somebody who may not have that skill set. So you have to give them a little bit of latitude so they can create.
Right. And also the bridesmaids.
Yes.
So knowing all that translates the whole thing, because it's not just doing the bride, it's also going on to what the bridesmaids are going to be wearing. Hair has to support the clothes. I've been in fashion shows before I started doing celebrity stuff, and it still is the same message. The clothes, then you do the hair and the makeup. It dictates everything.
That's right.
And that means it trickles down to the bridesmaid, because the bridesmaids have to have the same theme.
Yes. And I like what you're saying about not looking at just bridal magazines, because clearly someone in Hollywood does take, you know, the sort of style to an extreme, and you would have, you know, I think a better idea of like how far you can push it, because that's kind of fun. You're creating a whole look, a whole vibe for your wedding.
And it should be fun.
What I want to know is if you are a girl who's heavy set, or you know, depending on the neckline of your dress, that has to make a difference in what you're choosing to do. So let's just say heavy set bride. Is hair up, hair down, or is it really just dictated by the style of the dress?
No, it's all face shapes. It doesn't matter, like everyone has different face shapes. You can have oval, but it might be a little different in certain areas. It really comes down to going back to the 5 images and then working it around your face shape.
Okay.
And like, you know, one thing we were talking about before, which I think was a really good point, which I want to bring in, I think is relevant to what this question is that you've got, people have to understand this with hairstyles, is what you see in the mirror isn't really necessarily going to really translate on outside, meaning you have to understand how the camera sees you, and that's how the experience of a hairdresser or a makeup artist brings. is that we create the eye, meaning that I'm not looking at you here, I'm also looking at you on the side, so I know when you're taking that famous give me a kiss shot, you have the hair working perfectly to capture that moment. And that's so important that I think brides, and that's what I teach on the red carpet with my clients, is that when they stand, they have to be able to feel comfortable. Which is the best angle to be shot?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what thickness or weight or skinny you are. It really comes down to what is your best angle. And everyone has a good angle, regardless of it.
That's true. That's true. Actually, well, it's true because we were talking earlier and saying that many times Tyler will shoot a wedding and girls want to have sort of like the hair down, you know, maybe part of it's pulled up, but they want to have hair around their face. Yeah. And when you're turning to the side and you're kissing and this is the angle, or you're at the officiant and, you know, your photographer's taking pictures from the side, you don't want to be obscured by your hair. If you're pulling it back or if you want it down, it has to be wispy enough where you can still see through and see your beautiful profile and things like that.
That's a fantastic point. And going with that as well is that you also want to inspire the photographer. So as a hairdresser, I want to create beautiful hair that he can really find the angle and work. See, it's an organicness in a wedding that I think, and let's be honest, when you're a bride, you don't think like that. No. But that's why you employ people like us. You find the photographer you want, you find the hair and makeup people, you find the stylist that you want. But it's really, it's great to share this to really show how we really work and how we try, what we actually do to get that image.
And that is a really great point, actually, because Tyler, there have been...
Who's Tyler?
Oh, my husband.
Are you married? Cut interview.
But
love you, mate.
We have had some amazing girls with great hair, and I will tell you, Tyler comes home from those weddings and he's like, wow, she just had great hair, great style. And you're right, it is an inspiration to the photographer. I mean, if you want the photographer to really get into it, I mean, think through all of those details because they really do make your photographer want to go the extra mile, see you from different angles and lights. It's cool. You're creating a vibe, you're creating a look.
It's timeless.
So when the camera went off, we were talking to Tyler and he was saying that Campbell was so right because when he has a bride who has amazing hair, he actually is having fun shooting her and he doesn't have to think. He has to think a lot. When there's things in the girl's face, he's fighting those elements of her hair, and you don't want your photographer to be fighting to get the good shot. You want every angle to be an amazing shot, right? Right.
And also when we're talking about too was, let's talk about why people put hair on their face is because it makes them feel more secure. Yeah. And that's what's really important.
Now we're going to be psychologists.
Yeah, why not? But actually true, beauty is psychology in a lot of ways. And I'll tell you one way of getting around this issue is that do all that on your trial day. Like if you're nervous about it, and I know, why don't you bring the photographer in on the day we're doing a hair and makeup trial and let him show you so you can see the confidence, so when you get there on the day, you know that if your hair is going to be back the way you don't normally like it, you've already seen it and you feel confident.
That's true.
So it's fine. It's always finding confident building situations. That's what I like doing. Because at the end of the day, I like beauty because I like making people feel good or feel empowered. Right. And this is something in a wedding that should be the height in your day of feeling that.
Well, and what you said is really important. Everybody is beautiful. You can shoot. There's an angle for everybody. We may not all be Elle Macpherson, but certainly there are angles where all of us look good, and everybody. But even girls on the red carpet. I mean, we've all seen celebrities that look horrible when they're out with no makeup on, and they're they've just woken up or whatever, and they're not perfect. But certainly on that day, you don't have to bring all of that baggage. You're looking gorgeous. You have everything taken care of, so you really can project your best and don't get bogged down by the insecurity of, oh, do I look bad from that angle? Now, see, I would look back on my own wedding and realize that I maybe messed up, but I did my hair down. I didn't see myself as like a hair up kind of girl, and I see these amazing updos now, and I'm like, oh God, that would have been so fun. I just didn't, I don't know, trust the process, something, I don't know, I felt like I was a hair down kind of girl. So, do people wear their hair?
It makes you feel good having your hair down, right? It's a little sexy, it's a little kind of, hair up can feel a little bit more conservative.
So can you do hair down and make it still really special? Mine was really straight, it was really boring.
Yeah, look, there's no rules. Yeah. There really is no rules. There are only rules, and we're going back to the dress. Like, if you have a high neck, why would you have your hair down? Because you want to show off, like, a bridal gown is designed It's like a, you know, a couture product that you would see on the couture runways in Paris.
Right.
That is all handmade. If you are doing a handmade dress and you're spending money on it or whatever, they're still in the same thing of making the female body look the best it possibly can.
Right.
So hair is part of your body, and what people don't realize is, what is hair? Hair is the outside layer of your nervous system. So that's why it's always an attractive thing. It's always a relaxing thing. And so what I like always doing is, going back to what we just talked about before, if it's a high neck, why would I shut down the beautiful line of a shoulder or the full line of a dress? I would take it back. I don't have to take it all up. I might just take it back to show that outline.
Right.
And this is what you get when you get people that are artists, you know, and that's what a photographer sees. That's how he'll look at, like, seeing the shape of your figure in the dress and making sure that everything's lining up to really make it the pop.
And I think what you're saying is actually really important, because not only is your photographer an artist, your makeup artist is your artist, and your hair person is an artist. They're all working, collaborating together to create amazing looks for your wedding day. So all of it, they all feed into each other.
Yeah.